Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. Hope you are having a good time. Nahid Patel from her YouTube channel Nahid Patel's Horizon of Success, and it gives me a distinct privilege to introduce you to a person of my fraternity, an OD expert with nationality of Belgium, Mr. Misak, who works on leveraging human potential and with the evolving context, because world scenario is changing, and with technological advancement everything needs constant upgradation. So he eases out this thing for stakeholders as well as employees. Let's turn to him. Yes, Mr. Misak, how are you?
Thank you. Excellent. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay. My first question relates to the quality through which you leverage the human potential.
Well, in the context of today, especially after COVID, and everything that is happening around us, the constantly evolving context, meaning economical, business, sanitary, all the changes that are coming upon us, it is very important to capture, I believe, not only today's competencies, but also for the future. And that is where the challenge is. How do we know what is going to be required in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Because it can become a competitive advantage for any company to know what is going to be required in 2, 3 years' time. Nowadays, there are softwares, AI enabled, that are very sophisticated and able to provide this kind of predictions actually, based on the company's needs. So they will capture everything that is happening in the company, not only inside the company, but also in the competitive field. If a company, for example, is in the telecoms branch, they will also capture everything that is happening in the telecoms arena around, in that country actually, in the city. So they will monitor workshops, they will monitor conferences that are happening, they will monitor other jobs that are being posted. So they capture all that, and they give database information to companies that can benefit from the software to see what the future is going to entail, and therefore companies can start adapting their trainings, development processes, their development paths to these kind of evolving competencies. So actually they can start planting the seeds of the newly required competencies much earlier than competitors. And that's why we talk about creating competitive advantage actually, if you do a good job in capturing your competencies and developing them according to the needs. Yes.
Yeah, it has reminded me of a famous saying that man's mind is like a garden which may either be cultivated intelligently or allowed to run wild. So you are strategizing, keeping the future needs in view. Any confidence boosting tip you would like to give for our audience?
Well, it's your question is really to the point, because right now one of the things that I believe is very much needed is confidence building. Confidence for people, because after everything that has happened around us, what I feel the need is really people are doubting a lot of times, hesitating, not knowing, should I stay in this job, should I not stay in this job, should I go independent, should I leave this job, like is happening in the States on a very large scale, in Europe to a lesser extent, but maybe that might happen in the subcontinent and the GCC countries also. It can be a next wave where people start thinking, actually, I can work from home. Why do I need a job, permanent job? Why do I need an environment that gives me security? Actually, I want to do what I want to do. Therefore, confidence building will be actually people with confidence, heightened confidence levels, can take those kind of decisions more easily, I believe. So,
and they should rely more on their strengths rather than focusing on shortcomings, or what would you suggest?
Well, actually the whole strengths philosophy is really a very good one, because it allows people to shift their mindset, instead of focusing on weaknesses, to shift much more on the strengths that they have. It builds confidence in a very nice way, because you're doing things that you like doing, you're doing things that you are good at, and it creates a positive cycle. So there's, in terms of philosophy and in terms of approach, I think it's a very, very useful way to go about confidence building.
And positive cycle is the only thing which we need most in this era. Very well said. Now, you had been to different places of the world. How do you find Oman?
Very nice. Coming from Dubai, as I was here, I was there a few days ago. I find it very nice in terms of welcome, in terms of authenticity, compared to Dubai, which I consider a very artificial city. It's nice to be welcomed not by nice people, but not only in terms of the people, also in terms of city. I get this feeling of much cleaner, more nature and authentic place, quite frankly.
Okay, we would like to see you often. Thank you very much for your time. And with this, I conclude today's session. Hug your fun and stay tuned till we meet next. All the best.